Hello there survivors, and welcome back to another build showcase video in ARK Survival Ascender. Today we're taking a look at some more builds from the recent medieval fantasy event that I hosted for my community on Astraeos. And in today's video we'll be taking a look at all of the builds of one of the three kingdoms, from a lovely bustling docks with some awesome builds to find there, including the seat of power, to a lighthouse, dwarven temple, and even a Viking village. There's plenty of really cool builds here to take a look at and maybe give yourself some inspirations. This was all done by my community members in survival over a couple of weeks, so really impressive builds to take a look at and hopefully get some inspiration for your own next projects. If you've got any questions about builds in specific, it's best to join my Discord and ask the questions in the build screenshot chat. And as always, if you enjoy seeing these types of build videos and you want to continue to see more, make sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I really appreciate all the support, and of course, as always, feel free to leave your suggestions for future builds you'd really like to see down in the comments below. Right here we have the center of this kingdom, these beautiful docks with plenty of buildings, some custom ship as well, and just general really cool vibes that will of course go and explore and see all of the little details that we can find. Now if you're interested in knowing where they've built this, it's actually right over here on the map. Pretty cool location. It's a very nice bay with of course those two giant statues guarding the way, and we'll start right here at the end of the docks, and there is going to be plenty here I think to explore. So yeah, we have a raft parked right here in the middle. We have some kind of dry docks where they're working on a new ship right in there. And it seems like we even have a house that is currently under construction, which is always a really cool addition. I don't know if this goes anywhere. I don't think it does, which means I think I'm locked in here. So we're just gonna go up here and go check out the house under construction, because there's just something really cool about houses under construction, and with CKF you can make those really well with all the extra pillars and beams you can get, and it just adds a lot of story and character to a place, I feel like. So yeah, this is kind of like a proper work place. They're working on building a new house for the town, which is a great little addition. Some nice storage all around. We have some stables here too, which is great. And then here it is the dry docks that we saw before, so that is where this is. And we have some really cool signs here, kind of built up against the cliff. I like how they did this, because of course the landscape's kind of poking in here, and this kind of ties it all into the story, which is really nice. We got the sign here too, which is really cool, and a bunch of like little signs everywhere. Just a very cool connected build. Here the docks are really nice laid out, I think. I'm not sure which buildings have interiors, so we're just going to check out as much as we can, but we can already see the ship from here. The resources being loaded with that crane, which is an awesome design, and especially with like the zip lines holding up that ceiling with the crates. It's just an awesome addition to the docks like this. And then we have all sorts of little buildings. I like that there's a lot of these little passageways that we need to pass through, and then some of them have like a bunch of these storage things. We have the crane right over here, looking really nice. And then of course we have a lot more here. We have another crane coming from this building, as well as different layers to walk all around the town. I'm not sure. Oh, there is a bit of like interior there, which is quite cool. We got a bit of storage off here to the side at the same time. Definitely a nice little addition. But yeah, having the goods hanging from those cranes, I think, is definitely one of the coolest things in general. This building I actually really like the look of. It's a really cool build, and then with the crane going on to the boat, to the ship, it's just a really awesome vibe. I think it really makes this feel like a proper dock that's being used, being worked in, being lived in, which is exactly what you want if you're building like towns or cities or whatever. So yeah, we can actually go onto the ship quite easily. We can see that it has some cargo on board, and there seems to be some more cargo in here, some crafting stations of course, and a place to steer the ship right here at the very end. But we also can see that there is a lot more to discover here in this little dock town, so we're just gonna keep on going and keep exploring all of these awesome builds. Got a tower up there, and we can continue our path along the docks for quite some time, getting into a little bit more of the central town here. And there is a lot of different little buildings. Of course, we have that storage building with the crane. Now we have another building right over here, cool custom sign, but especially here around the back, I think this just looks really cool. It tells a story, it's being loaded into things here, and of course we have plenty of cool little tames around. Now I'm gonna check just in case, but I don't expect every build to be decorated, because I mean at some point that's also just going to cause a lot of playability issues. Okay, this is I think where we just were. Yeah, that's what we just checked out. So we want to check if this building has any interior. It's got a bit of storage, looking nice. The fire has gone out, and oh, we do have a little bit of an upstairs as well, nice and cozy, and a little bathroom even. This is quite a nice cozy little home for sure. There we go, just a nice cozy home inside of that building. And then we have a nice notice board with a wanted sign for the evil shark, and plenty of other little signs, which is really cool. It adds a lot of character to the place. And then I guess we got kind of a square here. Oh, we have a little building right in here. Oh, this seems to be like kind of restaurant or something. We could come have a nice meal. There we go. We got the menu. We got a cozy interior here with a few places to sit, and we have more spaces if you go to the other layers. And we have some bedrooms. It's a bit dark in here, but in general, it's a really cool build. Oh, we do have some lights up here, leading us to the top. Very cool. Pretty cool building. Very cool building. Let's make our way back down the stairs and into the square. Then we have a coffin maker right over here. Let's check this out. See if there's anything here. Oh yeah, there's some coffins hanging around down below. Oh, more people in coffins too. There we go. Let's see if there's anything else in this little building. That's where we just were. And then this is the interior. I guess there's not too much going on here. Just a little cupboard. There we are. And then we have another building right next door. Looking pretty cool. And the windmill back there to power things. There we go. A little counter here. Awesome. And then another building. I don't know if these all have interiors, as I said, but the town itself looks quite cool indeed. And then we have even more buildings around this side. We have a small one right over here, looking quite cozy. General goods, so you can buy some stuff right over here, kind of like a always existing marketplace. And then that's where we just had the food. And we have some creatures parked up at the docks at the same time. We got a lovely bit of landscape going on here too, with some cool creatures right in the middle of it all, kind of tying it all together. a nice cart here. Looking very cool. And a bunch of creatures around this like central building. Oh yeah, there seems to be some stables. Bunch of creatures. And then up here, I think I saw a few flyers. Yeah, there we go. We got a few dragons lined up here. It just got updated as well. They look amazing, of course. Definitely fitting for a medieval fantasy event. But yeah, in general, really cool little building. I guess these are kind of like the dino stables slash parking. And then we have a way up to the actual seat of power, I believe. Looking quite cool. And then we have some lovely greenery connecting these two bits of the town together, because there is some more buildings right over here, but there's also a memorial right here at the end of the pier for the horse that was lost. And then we have some nice decorations around the fountain here, lots of little bits of greenery, etc. Looking very awesome. And then a very cool building here at the end with some cool different layers all over the place. We have some lovely small critters going on here, as well as some stables for a bunch of horses. Some dung beetles hanging out here in the corner at the same time. We don't really need to go there. We actually have some really nice reefs here where the species plants have been kind of hidden in the landscape, which is definitely quite cool. And I also quite like this look with the horses poking out. They've got a great view of the water out here. And then, yeah, we have these really cool builds all over the place. Got a bit of decorations on the inside here. Not sure if that's the case for the entire building. Oh yeah, we do have some interior going on here, which is quite cool. And this connects up to the other side of the house. Let's check out if there's anything upstairs here. Oh yeah, there is. There's some birds parked up here. Oh, there's even a wolf up here. And of course, some small pets, even more pets around the place. And then if we take this, I'm guessing it connects up to the building on the other side. Oh, look at this. The cosmos are waiting here. Love to see it. Love to see it. A lovely cozy room here. And then this will lead us outwards again, I guess. Kind of on a balcony here, but it connects back to different parts of the building. A cozy room up here. And this leads us all the way down to the river. There's a water wheel here. And then I guess we can go back into this building, which kind of interconnects to all of the different parts. But back to this walkway where we can see the bridge. We can see the water wheel. Very, very cool indeed. And then there's even more creatures down here. Of course, there had to be. And a bit of extra storage. Yeah, it's a very cool place. The whole thing connected with each other is just very, very cool. All of these little buildings, the little details, the decorations, all over the place make for some very cool docks. But we have, of course, still the main building to go. There's some fortifications, of course, up here. Different walls. With all of that creatures need to land up. I think this is also where a lot of the crafting was centered. So yeah, we have like main crafting rooms on these layers, and that connects up to the seat of power. And then there's another outer wall there just to keep them all safe and secure. So this is the actual seat of power, I'm pretty sure. I'm not entirely sure how much interior there is, but we'll find out quickly. There is a throne room, which is, well, that's one of the most important things, right? For the king or queen. I'm pretty sure this is King Dan's domain. Oh, we have some storage down below in the basement. Pretty cool. And this seems to go off into the walls to the side. There we go. That's a pretty steep entrance here. Oh yeah, this goes into the gate. That's very cool though. That it's this like interconnected. That feels very, very nice. So yeah, we have some nice basement. We have the throne room, of course. And then let's see if there's anything else that's being decorated. Oh yeah, there's some stuff up here. We have some things around here. Someone passed out on the floor. With some decorations around. Different rooms to explore. Is this like a balcony? Yeah, there we go. We've got a bit of a balcony over here to enjoy our views. And then let's see if we can go up even higher, if there's still anything all the way at the higher layers. Oh yeah, seems to be like an office study here. Oh, this is quite cool. It's just quite cozy in the decorations. There we go. Bit of greenery as well. I like the look of that. And then we can keep going even further. Oh Jesus, this is a very big building, isn't it? It seems like a nice hall for the tribe to meet. Discuss plans. Very cool. And we can keep going. Like it's never ending. Oh, I guess this is the bedroom of King Dan. All the way at the top of the build. But yeah, very cool. Very cool building. Let's see if we can get out onto a balcony. And then, of course, escape the building. But yeah, the seat of power. Very cool building. Oh, there seems to be a small building off to the side here at the same time. So let's see what that's all about. Is there anything here to explore? Not much. Bit of like an armory going on. And it also has... Ooh, it also has some dungeons. Guess you need to be able to keep some prisoners. Oh, and there we go. Yeah, so really awesome town. Really awesome build with all of the little aspects everywhere. And yeah, just look at this. This is a giant build. Very cool. Then we have this beautiful lighthouse with a lot of awesome greenery all around it, which is just on the outskirts of the main dock and the main town. You can see the statue still here. You can maybe even see a glimpse of the town in the distance. But it's a really cool looking build with, again, there's lots of greenery here. I think it's the Lighthouse of the Fireflies. So I'm very excited to explore this one and see what it's like. And if you're wondering where this is built, it is right over here on the map. So yeah, let's take a closer look at this. We have a front gate right here, and then we enter with this beautiful lighthouse right here. We do have some people standing guard here, or some creatures standing guard here, or being parked there. Looking very cool. I can see even more creatures all around the place, but of course we also saw a bunch of nature. Not sure if I'm just supposed to go around that just to find those places, or if I'll find it on the inside. It looks like I might just have to go through the building to actually explore that from the inside out. So excited to see what that is like. We do have a bunch of horses parked all over the place here. Let's just see. Oh, there is a little pen back here, so I'm assuming we'll get to there. There's also a little entrance here into these stables, but I'm guessing we're going to be best off if we go through the front doors, although there is also an entrance here into these stables. But I'm assuming... I mean, there is not really a front door. Maybe this is the front door. We'll just take this into the building. And we have, ooh, a bunch of like little nice decorations over here. Someone passed away here. Didn't last long. But there we go. We got some first little critters out here. That's one of those side entrances. And this takes us into that beautiful greenhouse with this awesome tree. Got more horses around here. Looking amazing. Very, very cool. It's always great what you can do with a bit of greenery in your build. And this is definitely a very cool looking addition. Then I guess we're just gonna go up maybe. Or maybe we go see what this is first. There's a little bit of a crafting room down here. And I guess this is going to make us go into, yeah, that little backyard with a bunch more creatures around us. And even some access to the rest of this plants. Oh, and you can even go all the way back here to go back into the building as well. That's pretty cool. That is pretty neat. So yeah, definitely lots of creatures, lots of nature. Really cozy vibes over here. But if we go inside, there is plenty more to explore, I think, with a bunch of little critters everywhere. Some Veilwind hiding on this layer. Looking very nice indeed. And there's even more layers, of course, to go in this lighthouse. So another nice floor here with some cozy decorations. And then finally, we also have a ladder to go even higher. We got a nice floor here. We're going to get a great view as soon as we reach the top, I think. Although there's a lot of ladders. Lots of different ladders to get on to get our way to the top. There we go. So this crystal is what powers this lighthouse, which is definitely really cool. And yeah, I love the greenery and the vibes of this place in general. I think it's just a really, really cool build, isn't it? Like, very cozy, nice wooden tones, and some really awesome decorations. Over here, hanging down from these rocks, we've got the nest, which is looking like a really cool and unique build with some custom rocks designed here as a pathway down the cliff, and with this base hanging down from the top, which is definitely a really cool look and a really unique design for a base build. And yeah, in general, it just looks like a really cool place. I like all the little details. I like the greenery, the plants, and the landscaping. And I can't wait to dive in and explore this from a bit closer up. So again, if you're wondering where this was built, it's built right over here on the map. Pretty cool spots. And I think we might want to start all the way at the top here, because I think there's a way down. So let's see if we can do that. So yeah, let's take a look, because there is some rocks and things up here. I don't know if there's anything built here. Oh yeah, there looks like to be a little pool all the way here at the top, which is quite cool. Not sure if there's anything else that was hidden here. I think that's just like the final bits, but there should be quite a little path going all the way down the build, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think it starts over here. So if we're on this layer, I think we can take the path down. So you can already see some dragons parked up here, looking very, very cool. And I think we'll just follow this rocky path down a little bit, right? I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some sort of path that we can follow. Got another dragon parked up here. Pretty cool. And I think, yeah, if we just follow these steps down, we'll get to the main building here, which is really cool. It's really well done, creating these steps. We got another dragon parked up here in this little cave. Oh, these are making some new noises. And yeah, we got some more nature, some more greenery to dress up the place. Very nice. It's just so cool when people go crazy with the landscaping like this. And then there's also just an entire base build here to explore, which is looking pretty nice at the same time. So let's open this up We got a bunch of little creatures hanging around here. Some pretty cool vibes in general. We have a bit of a downstairs area with a little bit of the storage, I think. There we go. And then we can take these stairs up. I'm loving these purple plants in the middle though. That's a very nice touch. And then we're here at the very top with a cool looking interior. The plants are really stealing the show. Very nice. All sorts of little critters around, of course. There we go. And we've got some extra bits. Nice balconies to enjoy the views. We can still see the statues. We can still see the lighthouse over there. Very, very cool. And then we got a cozy bedroom here with all the creatures around. A little study. A bathroom here. And another bedroom. So yeah, quite a lot to see here. And just, I mean, it's just a really cool build idea, isn't it? Like, it's such a unique thing to just build something that hangs down. Like, you don't see it a lot in ARK, of course, where the supports come from the top of the build rather than from below. And it just makes for a really cool build, including the landscape right next to it with the dragons. It's really, really, really cool. And then the pathway, I guess, continues a little bit more. I'm not sure how you'll get there, though. Maybe there was more planned, but there wasn't time to get it all finished. But anyway, this is a really cool build. I really like it. It's so cool. It's such a cool, unique base with both the landscape and the build itself. And then over here, we've got a Dwarven Temple Forge. So another really cool, unique build out in the snow regions. And you don't see that often because, I mean, there's not a lot of snow to begin with on Astraeos. But this one is definitely looking quite cool over here. So yeah, we have a cool Dwarven themed build with some statues to welcome us in and a very strong looking temple out here. And if you're wondering where exactly this is built, it is located right here in the top left corner of the map. And let's take a quick look on the inside. So this temple, of course, is dedicated to the flame, as dwarves really like to smelt, of course. So yeah, we got the big dwarven furnace in here, looking very cool indeed. And then a bunch of little other decorations around, because I mean, it's a dwarven build, so that basically means it's like a workplace, of course, where all sorts of weapons and tools and armor are being made. And you can see that all around here. Some really cool looking decorations, different things that have been made, and of course, as the central piece, this big furnace, which is looking very cool. The big statues on the side as well, and the really cool window in the roof. The dwarven structures, the cosmetic, is just a really cool one to build with. And if you haven't tried it, definitely worth it, because it's got some really nice textures to it, as you can see. And yeah, it makes for a really cool temple. Really like the way that this looks, and I'm happy to see a cool dwarven build. And next up, we have this beautiful little tower, which is a small outpost, but it looks pretty cool. The windmill for power, of course, but a pretty neat design in general. And if you're wondering where this was built, it's right over here on the map, and it makes for the perfect lookout point over the entire Valley of the Giants here. And yeah, it looks pretty cool. It looks like the boss fight was beaten, as we can see with the tribute there, as well as a bunch of other little tributes all around this tower on display. That's one thing that is for sure. And we can see some crafting and utility all around the tower to do whatever you need to do in survival. I like the open design. I always like a pretty open base design, just so that you can still enjoy the surroundings whilst you're doing your thing in ARK. And then I guess we have the inside of the tower to check out too. There's a rook down there, a neat little staircase up. We got a bedroom right in the middle here, apparently. Doesn't seem like there's a lot on this layer. Might have been removed already, I don't know. And then we have some more space to make it all the way up to the top of the tower. Trying to not fall down, of course. There we go. And there's actually a decent amount of space here all the way at the top. So that was all the way at the top, but there has to be something more to it because, well, there's no storage anywhere. So I'm guessing, there we go. There is a bunch of visual storage down here, connecting up to the rest of the base. Quite clever. Hiding that into the foundations of the tower, making sure that you got everything craftable from there. But yeah, it's a very nice little outpost base. Pretty cool tower with some epic views of the surrounding valley. And next up, we've got a little Viking village here with a few different small buildings collected together on top of this cliff. You know, safety first up here. So let's check out all of these different builds. And if you're wondering where this is located, right here on the map is where you find it. So yeah, let's see. There's a few different buildings here. A few cool looking ones for sure. This one has a nice overgrown roof, which is definitely some proper Viking vibes, and some different details around the side here with a lot of little things being stored out front and around the sides. Looking very cool indeed. Little platform to extend here at the back where the terrain is lower, which is always a nice touch. So let's see what this looks like on the inside when we go and explore what we can find. Now this definitely has some proper Viking vibes here with the food being cooked right here in the middle. Got a nice little library going on in this corner. Of course, you got to have something to drink, and then we have some crafting in the corner over here, I think, and a cozy bedroom. It's all here. It's all here. That's all you need. A little cozy Viking hut, which definitely makes for a really cool build. And I guess there's a little bit of a... Oh, there's a bathroom in here. I thought it was like storage, but no. I mean, it's also a pantry. It's a pantry. Is it a bathroom? Well, it's a toilet. Don't make your food where you deposit your food, I would say. Might not be very healthy, but still pretty cool, cozy little building. We got a bunch of creatures lined up here too, keeping safe from everything around here. Let's see, is there any building there? There's a small little building up here. We got a nest there and a little... Oh, look at this. This is the crafting hall with all the storage, etc. Looking quite cozy. And we even have some places to log out in. There we go. They're all here. So yeah, that's all you need. Cozy little crafting place. Very nice. So let's see what else they've been up to. I think this is like a dino pen in here. But there's a big longhouse right up here, which is looking very cool. So let's check that one out. And there's a few more buildings off to the side here, but the longhouse is calling our name, so we have to check this one out first, see what this is like. Yeah, there we go. Now we've got some Viking longhouse vibes. Oh, look at this kitchen. Look at this. This is really cool. This is awesome. Look at this. You can prepare a feast here for sure. There we go. And all the resources needed to cook up a feast are present. Yeah, like the look of this a lot. And then we have the main hall, of course, with all the tables to enjoy that food. And we even have the main table at the end where the lord or lady can sit. Look out over the feast in his halls, in his or her halls. And there we go. Let's see, is there anything else to find back here? Oh yeah, there is a proper bedroom all the way at the back here. Pretty cool, pretty cozy. Is that the same? I don't think that's going to be the same, right? Oh no, there's a little office room, I guess. A little like work room. And then we have the back entrance. There we go. Very cool build. Yeah, I like that a lot. Very nicely decorated. And then we have another little build going on here. Looks to be some kind of smithy with these decorations going on at the very least. Looking quite cool. Bit of storage over here to the side. Very important room back there as well. Liking these arches, and these structures are pretty nice indeed. Let's see what else we have. We have a cozy little room over here with a kitchen looking very nice. And then we also can make our way all the way up to a cozy little bedroom. Look at that. These small cozy little houses sometimes can be just as fun. There's a lot to explore on the insides. Definitely a really nice and cozy build. And then we have one more little addition here with a bit of fortifications to look out over the surroundings. Very, very nice. There we go. It's a pretty good spot and a pretty nice view from here. Definitely pretty cool to look at. And then I guess this is another little building with a bit of storage. Is there anything up here? Just access to this tower. Pretty cool though. Pretty cool. Yeah, I like all that. That's very nice. And then we got a little windmill here probably to power everything. But that is definitely a pretty cool Viking base. Let's see, because there was a few small things I think over here. So there seems to be some crops being grown here. So like a little bit of farming going on. And then we have this building, which might be, yeah, just a greenhouse for even more plants that are being grown. So yeah, all in all, a cozy village, but you can also tell it is a practical one because definitely feels like it has been used, which is always perfect blend, of course. And then this looks to be another cozy little addition to the village. Let's see. We have a cozy interior here. Kitchen, table, everything you need. And then probably a small little bedroom up here. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, a cool little Viking village.